Hi everyone, welcome to the Movie Reception Show. My name is Fariba, and at this very, very late night, we actually got a brand new trailer for The Marvels, coming straight from Marvel Studios. So, can't wait to check that out in just about a couple minutes. Of course, you can probably tell I'm a bit tired, and that's just because I came back from a screening, or basically a showing of Oppenheimer, pretty late at night. I had to actually drive pretty far to go watch it in IMAX 70mm, and I just came back, and behold and behold, I just learned about a new trailer for Marvel Studios for the upcoming movie, The Marvels. So we're about to go check it out. The timing is definitely unexpected because I feel like when it comes to trailers, we usually get new trailers on a Monday or Tuesday at 9 a.m. So having it released on a very unexpected Thursday night or Friday night or Friday morning, in that case, at 12 a.m. was not something I would have expected, unless it was like there was some sort of game going on, a sports game, which I don't believe there was the case. I mean, there is a FIFA Women's World Cup, but the women's team hasn't played yet. At least our United States women's team hasn't played yet. So definitely unusual that they dropped it so late at night, especially during a very, very big week where we had two tentpole movies out in theaters. So definitely don't know where Marvel's mindset was in dropping this trailer, and probably at one of the most least convenient time to do it, especially when you have Barbie, Oppenheimer in theaters, as well as Mission Impossible 7. I don't know, definitely the logic does not make sense. I think the only case I can see this is just an offering, or at least I guess an incentive for, San Diego Comic-Con, because we are not, so this year we're not going to have a Marvel Studios panel. I mean, just in general, we're not getting too many panels because a lot of them did get canceled as a result of the WGA and actor strike that's been going on. So I don't know if this was just an incentive or something to make up for knowing that they're not going to be there this weekend. Because usually they would be, there for, I believe, was it the Sunday panel or one of the panels, right, at Hall H. But I guess it's maybe the case for it. I mean, still, I just don't understand the logic out of it. But even that being the case, I will still check this trailer out. I think the last time I remember, we did get a snippet or a glimpse of what's going to happen in the movie. We know for a fact that at some point Carol, Monica, and Kamala will, team up. We've seen snippets of, kind of their meetup, their association with one another, understanding the fact that there is this ability where they seem to be, shifting in between or able to kind of transform from one another as a result of this unusual power they have, so they can teleport as them, basically teleporting themselves in different areas, but switching forms basically. So we'll see more about how that goes. I know in the first trailer they gave us a few glimpses of the villain, but I don't think they went too deep into giving us a full idea of who the villain is, or what the villain does, or what their motives are. So that's going to be probably a big question. I'm going to assume that that's something that we're going to learn more about in this trailer. And I mean, I guess in this case, considering that Secret Invasion is now about one episode away from ending, again, that could be also another reason why the trailer has dropped. But considering that we are now just one episode away from, Secret Invasion concluding, that I can also see this a case where, we can see where Nick Fury's involvement would be going into this whole period right here where, Carol, Monica, and Kamala are together and, going into, space to deal with these, cosmic entities. So, without further ado, let's get right down into the trailer or at least the new trailer for The Marvels.
Carol Danvers, prodigal child of the Milky Way.
Nick Fury, my favorite one-eyed man of intrigue.
How goes it out there?
Cold,
Goose.
no air, space.
Whoa, what was that?
Captain.
Oh, I love that logo.
The Annihilator. You took everything from me. And now I'm returning the favor.
that's the bangle. Oh, that's a similar bangle to Kamala's. Oh.
What is happening to me? She's entangled our light-based powers, so we switch places whenever we use them.
Strong theory.
You can absorb light. I can see it. And Kamala...
Who's Kamala?
Hi. She can turn light into physical matter, which I have never heard of.
I could totally show you.
No!
He's targeting every planet we call home. I would
Okay.
never choose to bring anybody into this.
You are not the only thing standing between this and the universe.
Oh my god, we're a
There's
team.
more of them. That's CGI though.
Further. Faster.
Who's a good kitty goose?
Oh. Memories.
I can't. Can you...
I got it.
All right, so that was the second trailer for the Marvels. Yeah, I mean, once again, it looks super fun. We definitely get far more details now about what happened and what ignited this whole switcheroo thing between Monica, Carol, and Kamala. Now we know that there is a second Bengal around in the galaxy that this villain seems to have. I can't remember what the villain's name is at the moment, but we do know that they have it. That may have activated this whole, shape-shifting switcheroo thing that's been going on. So we definitely got an answer right now. So that's one thing that is great to know going into this movie. It seems as if, though, this is going to be another, similar villain that we've seen before, where they're kind of like the planet-eating, planet-destroying villain type. So that's what I'm getting. I mean, that's kind of what they kind of implied here in the trailer, who the villain's going to be. So, nothing too special about the villain, but we'll see kind of how it all goes when the movie does drop in November. Because I feel like when we look into Marvel stuff, the villains are usually not the most well thought out, or at least not the most properly developed characters in the movie. So we'll see how it all goes. Now, of course, I definitely got the fun vibes out of it. Again, I think it just seems as if the more that I watch these trailers, the more Kamala is a highlight of it. Kind of insane to see more of Goose and his species in this film, or at least what I assume is going to be his species, because we are seeing more cats. So that's going to be interesting to see where, what that's going to go around. I mean, that's just incredible to see that there's just more than just Goose. I mean, there's more of him. So that's gonna be a little fun to check out. But yeah, I mean, as I said before, Kamala, again, she seems to be the highlight of it all. I love her, enthusiastic energy when she is, doing her superhero stuff, especially with the fact that, she is able to meet her idol, because we all know that, the reason why she is, in this position, why she wants to be the superhero, why she inspires to, help out the world, is because of Carol Danvers, right? I mean, she literally had a podcast about the Avengers and everything around, right? So that is something that I look forward to seeing, of course. I think, again, going into this movie, I think the question is going to be how their dynamic plays out, because they are each very different individuals, with different personalities, of course, and how that's going to play out as they get further and further into the movie. But yeah, I mean, having seen this, I mean, I won't say that this is as great as the first one. I don't know. I think the first one definitely gave me a far better impression about the movie, just because I guess it was the first one. And I think the highlight of that one was, of course, Kamala, because they definitely show far more snippets of her in that trailer than this one. I think that we do see some new footage here, of course, but I definitely feel like they showcase Kamala far more in that one than this one. I do want to say that I did notice a couple of CGI not so great takes on CGI. Like there's literally one part in the trailer where I think Carol is like levitating, and you can just tell by like the face that something is not blending well with Brie Larson's body and the background or the backdrop that's around. So the CGI definitely needs some work, of course. I mean, we still have about 4 months until like the movie comes out, less than 4 months, but hopefully then they'll fix that. That was something that I noticed here and there, like the CGI looks a bit botchy. So hopefully that gets, resolved. I mean, again, there's a lot of things going on right now with the union strike. I mean, I don't believe the visual effects union or the equivalent of that is currently going under any union stuff. Like, I don't think that's until like next year that their contract expires, but even then, like, the visual effects definitely need some work. We kind of already know the whole gist of Marvel Studios history with the visual effects team, so we'll see how all that goes. But yeah, I will say, like, again, I don't know if it's just because I'm super tired and that's coming out at such one of the most unusual times to drop trailers, or it's just the trailer itself, just, because we saw the first one, that this one just doesn't really, like, I mean, other than like giving us an idea of, what's going on, who the villains are, as well as, the origins of what's causing the situation with the switcheroo. I mean, and we kind of already saw a lot of what we've already seen in the first one, or at least the implication of it. So, I mean, that doesn't take away the fact that I won't see this movie. I will definitely see it when it comes out in November. I'm very excited to see how their dynamic plays out. I think that, again, I'm very excited to see Kamala Khan, aka Miss Marvel, on the big screen, because, again, I feel like she's definitely been one of the, great new characters I've been seeing so far, just because of her energy that we've been able to see as of this point. I mean, she has such great energy. She's very high-spirited. I really enjoy so much about that character, and so I cannot wait to see that. But yeah, no, it's going to be it would be very interesting to see where this all goes when this does come out in November. But yeah, no, I think that says about everything I need to say about the trailer, because, again, I'm a bit tired, for one thing. And also, again, I feel like there isn't too much to really evaluate in terms of what this trailer has revealed, other than, of course, the Bengal part. I think, again, that's a big one, which I don't know if, having now seen that, it definitely gives, like, does that, basically debunk any of the theories that we've had before? I mean, we all knew there was supposed to be a second one. So, and that was something that was implied in the Miss Marvel show. So we knew that there was a second one because they were looking for it. Her grandmother was looking, not her grandmother, her great-grandmother was looking for the bangles, and they had found one, but not the other. So I'm assuming that's the second one. But also, it's like, if that's the case, like, doesn't that, like, defeat the whole theory about, her bangle and the 10 ring situation, which, if that's the case, that sucks, because I feel like that's such an intriguing theory to listen to. But then again, there's still a lot more to go, right? There's still a lot of movies to deal with, a lot of shows to deal with before Avengers comes out. But yeah, I mean, at least now we kind of have a little bit of a better idea about the whole Bengal situation, what's causing this whole, this whole change-a-roo that's going on. But yeah, I mean, other than that, and then just seeing in a couple more snippets of the film, I mean, again, it doesn't really change. It doesn't change too much of what we've already seen so far. I mean, again, I will still see this movie when it comes out in November, but I think that's all I have to say about the second trailer for the Marvels. What are your thoughts about it? What do you think about the actual revelation about the bangle, knowing that it was in, the galaxy far away? Do you think that there's still a possibility that, even though that this isn't, this situation has happened, like, will there still be that theory with the Shang-Chi? Will that still be, plausible at this point going into the future of the MCU? What do you think about the villain so far, now that they have shown far more snippets of the villain of the film? I mean, again, I feel like I'm just dealing with another, like, stereotypical, villains that we've seen before in the past. I think that's just me. I mean, just like what they kind of revealed so far, how she just wants to destroy planets. It's just like, oh, we've kind of already heard that. But I mean, what do you think? Maybe you might have a better insight into it, considering that, this is going to be based on the comics, of course. How will this play into just the movie itself, and just dynamic between Kamala, Monica, and Carol? And speaking of that, what do you think about the dynamic so far? Again, I feel like that's something that I cannot wait to see more of, as well as, again, like your impressions so far with what we've seen. And I think the big question I have is, what do you think about the CGI so far? I mean, that's, I think, my biggest concern going into this movie right now, just because, again, that has kind of been an inconsistency with the MCU movies in the last, few movies and projects we've had so far. But what do you think about that? And let me know if you have any other thoughts. Let me know in the comments down below, and make sure to like and subscribe.